Peace be with you. Dear friends, welcome to Living Flame Podcast website and Facebook group. Gospel Reflections for Wednesday in the 15th week in the ordinary time. Gospel according to Matthew chapter 11 verses 25 to 27. Jesus prays and thanks the Father. He says, Lord of heaven and earth, thank you. You have hidden these things from the wise and the clever, and have revealed them to babies. Even so, Father, for this was your will in your sight. Dear friends, here Jesus is speaking of the experience that the rabbis and the wise men rejected him, and the simple people accepted him. Ordinary people who were farmers, fishermen, tax collectors, and ordinary folks accepted Jesus. The intellectuals had no use for him, but the humble welcomed him. We must be careful to see clearly what Jesus meant here. He is very far from condemning intellectual power. What he is condemning is intellectual hypocrisy, intellectual pride. The rabbis themselves saw the danger of this intellectual pride. They recognized that often simple people were nearer to God than the wisest rabbis. They had a parable like this. Once Rabbi Barakah of Kuza was in the market of Lapet, and Elijah appeared to him. The rabbi asked, Is there among the people in this marketplace anyone who is destined to share in the life of the world to come? At first Elijah said there was none. Then he pointed out at one man and said that the man would share in the life of the world to come. Rabbi Barakah went to the man and asked him what he did. He replied, I am a jailer, and I keep men and women separate. At night I place my bed between the men and the women so that no wrong will be committed. Elijah pointed at two other men and said that they too would share in the life to come. Rabbi Barakah asked them what they did. They replied, We are merrymakers. They said, When we see a man who is downcast, we cheer him up. Well, dear friends, God's wisest thing is to reveal his most secret plans to the ordinary people. People who are like children. And that's why Jesus very clearly said, Unless you become like little children, you will not enter God's kingdom. And that is why this insistence on these words, Lord, you have hidden these things from the wise and the intelligent and have revealed them to infants. And that was the will of God the Father's gracious promise. And then Jesus continues, All things have been handed over to me by my Father, and no one knows the Son except the Father, and no one knows the Father except the Son. We all know, dear friends, Jesus revealed the face of the Father to all of us. And when we look at Jesus, when we experience Jesus in our daily lives, we experience the Father. We are closer to the Father. As Jesus was in constant communication with his Father throughout his life, this should be our aspiration and desire too, to be constantly in touch with Jesus through the sacraments and especially through the Holy Eucharist, where we will understand the secrets of God's kingdom, and we can be sure that we know the Father and we know Jesus Christ, his Son, who came into this world to liberate us. God bless you.